Hello everyone, I'm X13 and welcome back to the Aeroteam channel. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to build the Republic P-47 Thunderbolt in 1.5:1 scale. This build is in 1.5:1 scale, meaning that 1 meter in real life equals exactly 1.5 blocks in Minecraft. This aircraft will scale perfectly with all of our other 1.5:1 scale tutorials on the channel, as well as your own 1.5:1 scale builds. As always, this aircraft does make use of our very own Aeroteam texture pack. A download link to the latest version, which at the moment is pre-release 2, can be found on our website aeroteam.org, and there's a link to that in the description. If you can't download the pack for whatever reason, I'll be giving some tips to convert the aircraft to default throughout the video. However, keep in mind that this aircraft was designed in the pack, so it might look a little bit odd without it. And before we get started, if you're enjoying our videos, please subscribe. It really helps us out, and you'll never miss a new video. As for dimensions, this aircraft is 17 blocks long, 19 blocks wide, and 6.5 blocks tall. Let's get started. Alright, so to get started here with layer 1, first we're just going to come down to wherever you're going to be starting the aircraft here, and just come up 2 blocks with your white wool, and have 2 birch trapdoors, which is a white trapdoor in the Aeroteam texture pack, just right up here. Behind that, we're going to have 3 purple slabs, which is a white wool texture in the Aeroteam texture pack, and just have those right there. And then 3 more birch trapdoors behind that. 1, 2, and 3. Now skip 1 and place another one just behind that. So you should be looking like this right now. Now again, this build is in the Aeroteam texture pack, so we're going to be building this. And, you know, as with all of our tutorials, we just build it in a white blank default state, as you can see right here with our A3 tutorial. Go check that one out if you haven't. But yeah, so this is going to be in all white. Most aircraft in World War II were not fully painted. They were painted either bare metal, just with no paint, or they would have a green or tan or something like that. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to build it in white. However, for default, it actually might be easier to build it in some of those colors because you have more options pertaining to slabs and trapdoors, stuff like that. But for now, if you do want to build it in white and you are in default, just for these slabs right here, you can use iron trapdoors, or sorry, no, I said slabs. Use iron trapdoors for these trapdoors right here. And for these slabs, you can use smooth quartz, regular quartz, something like that. And yeah, that'll do it for layer 1. Pretty easy start. Alright, for layer 2 now, we're just going to come up to this first trapdoor right at the front here, and just place 1 white wool on top of that. That's just a temporary block. We'll be replacing that later with some world edit commands. Now coming in front of this, we're just going to have a single purple slab and 2 birch trapdoors out to either side, like so. And now not counting this block, we're going to have 9 white wool coming back from this. So not counting this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Past that, we're going to have an upside down purple stair facing backwards, and then 2 purple top slabs. Now here's where things get interesting with the Aeroteam texture pack. So we have a vertical slab here. This is the dead brain coral fan, and we've retextured that to look like a white vertical slab here. So if you're not in the pack, you can use something like walls along here or something to that effect. However, if you do have the pack, we're going to come up to these 2 first blocks here and just place your white vertical slab on either side there. Now we're going to come in with our purple stairs and place 4 upside down purple stairs facing outwards on either side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to have 2 more vertical slabs, just like so, behind there. Now back to the birch trapdoor, just 2 on either side, like so. And that's it for the main build. Now, if you do have world edit, you can do this. If you don't, you can just replace that block with something like, you know, some sort of like gray textured block, maybe something like this. Oops. However, if you do have world edit, we're going to be getting our polished blackstone brick wall, and just come down to the ground on the side here and place this sort of T sort of thing like this. And now we're going to get a stick, type /repl 0, and then you left click on this bottom middle one right there, and then just right click that over. That just gives a little bit more detail and depth to this little engine area. In real life, if I show you up here, the P-47 has sort of a oval kind of shape, and the reason for that is that there's the main 18-cylinder radial engine up here, but below it there's actually a turbo supercharger that runs all the way under the plane, and there's a small exhaust area right here, and that would significantly increase the engine's performance. So that's what we're just doing right here. This is the entrance to that scoop that's inside the engine cowling. But yeah, that you can just delete this after you're done with that, and there you go. That is it for layer 2. Alright, now for layer 3, we're going to be continuing on with the fuselage right here, and we'll build the engine a little bit later. So you can just place 2 temporary blocks right on top of these 2 right here. And now we're going to continue back. So not counting these 2, we're going to have a row of 13 white wall blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Past that, just 1 per stair. Now, on the sides right here, we're just going to come in with our white vertical slabs and have a row of 10 going back on either side, starting from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Past that, just a row of 3 birch trapdoors on either side, just like so. And that is it for layer 3. Okay, now for layer 4, we're just going to come up to these 2 temporary blocks again, and place 2 birch trapdoors right on top of those. Past that, 3 purple slabs, and then now for the canopy. We're going to start with a nether brick stair facing forwards. Now in the Aeroteam pack, that is a black wool texture. You can use something like netherite or one of those textures for the cockpit if you're in default. Past this, just 1 black wool, and then a nether brick stair facing backwards. To shape this off a little bit more, we're going to come in with our acacia signs, which are also textured black, and just place 1 of those blank on either side of the back stair, just like so. And then an acacia trapdoor just on top of that. And that gives that P-47D specifically bubble canopy kind of look. The earlier versions were known as the Razorbacks because they had a lot of older World War II aircraft had that connecting sort of thing from the back of the canopy to the top of or the bottom of the vertical stabilizer, but with the improvements in like glass blowing and plexiglass manufacturing by the end of World War II, they were able to make these nice bubble domed canopies. Continuing on, we're just going to have 2 more pieces of what is that, purple slab, and then 3 birch trapdoors. And that'll do it for the fuselage of the P-47. Okay, because the horizontal and vertical stabilizers are so small on this aircraft, I'll just be doing both of them in one little clip right here. So to start, we're just going to start with the horizontal stabilizers. And for that, just come to these last 2 white wool blocks and place 2 birch trapdoors on the top, come out 1 more, and just 1 like so. That's just a little square, plus 1 at the back, and same thing on the other side, just like this. Very simple, but it's just about the best thing we can do in this scale. Continuing on with the vertical stabilizer, for the first layer here, I'm going to place 2 white wool blocks, and then a mossy cobblestone wall, and this is a white wool texture in the pack. If you're not using the pack, just use a diorite wall. And we're going to world edit this a little bit, the same world edit technique as we did with this wall up here, but backwards. So we're going to place that T shape facing this way. And again, use that stick that you have with a REPL on. Just left click there, and right click that right on there. Continuing on, we're now going to have a 1 white wool just in the middle here, with a white vertical slab on either side, and that does update this, so we're just going to paste that over again. And to finish it off, just a purple slab right in the middle there. There you go for the horizontal and vertical stabilizers. Okay, now for the wings of the P-47. First, just come up to this first stair that we have right here, and just place 3 purple top slabs coming out of this. 1, 2, 3. A birch trapdoor on top of that last one. And then now we're going to have 5 double trapdoors like stacked on top of each other coming out of this. Like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so. Coming back from this, we're going to continue the double thick trapdoors here. Come back 1 and 2, and back diagonally 1 and 2. And then now we're just going to have a top one with a purple slab beneath it. Come out diagonally 1, and then you can just connect those up right there. And that's just the wing outline. Now, wing layering in this one is very simple. Just place 1 purple slab right there. And for the top, just 1 birch trapdoor right there. And now, if you've followed any of our tutorials before, you already know what to do. And if you haven't, we're just going to fill in the wing right here with the material that it's outlined in. So, just like so. And very simple, just like that. Now we're almost done here. However, we do have to put in the famous 4 per wing. I believe these are 50 cals, and they are very large. They kind of get smaller as they go outwards. But to start that, just place 1 chain right here, and then a second one, and then we're going to have a fence gate, just like so, opened inwards. And this is a crimson fence gate, which is a gray fence gate in the Aeroteam texture pack. And that gives a pretty good representation of the 4, I believe, 50 cals on each wing. And that'll do it for the wing. Now, if you don't have rolled edit, you can just follow the same wing design on the other side, just flip it. If you do have rolled edit, I also do, so I will be doing the same thing as you right now. So just do //1 at the center line right here, and a simple //2, and then copy, flip west, and then paste. And if you do have rolled edit and that didn't work for you, try flipping it. Do //flip north, and usually that will flip it correctly. And that's it for the wings of the P-47 Thunderbolt. Okay, continuing on with the engine on this aircraft, which is a Pratt & Whitney R2800 double wasp. As I stated before, this engine has a turbo supercharger beneath it, which I believe, if I've read correctly, forces more air into the engine, which would increase its performance quite a bit. So anyways, we're going to first just destroy these 2 blocks right here, which will destroy these ones on the side, and unfortunately update this one as well. We'll fix that momentarily. Now to begin, we're just going to place a endstone brick block right here, and this is like a black brick texture. Coming up one forward, a polished blackstone brick wall. And you're just going to keep this one in its vertical state without like extending it or anything. And on that, we're going to get a iron sort of looking player head, and just place that right on the end right there. And this is just for the short little aerodynamic like cone the propeller has on the hub. It's not like one of those like much bigger ones that P-51s or anything like that had. Just a little small one, as this is a radial engine, not an inline. And for the propellers, we're just going to be placing a 4x4, or not 4x4, but a 4 wide pattern of the these fence gates. So you can start just by placing 2 right here, and then extending that out by 1 on either side, just like so. Then coming up, skip a block, and just place 1 right there, and then place another one just on top. And you could just do the same thing on both sides. And that is the P-47 propeller. I think it's very large. Not sure exactly how big, but quite a few feet. Anyways, to fix this area, first we're just gonna use that T shape again, but don't actually paste it in yet because it'll update it already, and we just don't want to deal with that. We can just place 3 temporary blocks, whatever you want, on the sides right here. And then just select one of these corals and paste those all over. Just like so. Now we're going to have to redo this one down here. So just copy that one over just like we did before and paste that back in. You might have to do the same thing with this one. You're just going to want to delete all of that except for just this and select this one over and paste that in like so. Mine didn't update though, so if yours does, that's just how you do it. And that is, if you're building the wheels up version, all you need for a P-47. All right, now for the landing gear. This is a pretty short, easy landing gear section. So first we're just going to the bottom side of the wing here, and on the second stair, just delete that and replace that with a full block. Next up, you can just delete these 3 slabs inside and replace those first 2 with a birch trapdoor, but not this last one. Before continuing any further, first we're just going to get a barrier block and just place one right there with a jungle sign on it. That's a white sign in the pack. That's for the small gear door that's just right here. Now continuing on, we're going to take our stone brick wall and just place one in that little cavity right there. Coming down further, a crimson fence, which is a stone texture in the pack. And then we're just going to place an end stone brick wall right here. This is a black brick texture in the pack. And we'll world edit this in a second. Just continuing on with the different gear doors and everything. Replace this last slab here with a stair. And a birch trapdoor below that, flipped inwards like so. And then we're just going to place a jungle sign on the side of this wall. Now, if you do overworld it, you can make some pretty major improvements to this. First off, we're just going to replace this upper wall with a regular one, just like so. However, we want to keep this fence the same as it was, just like so. So that top wall should be as if there was no stair there, but we do want the fence to be connected. And this wheel, you might notice it looks a little bit not very wheel-like. So instead, we're going to be taking, just make a little 2x3 of these walls over here. Select that bottom left one, or sorry, bottom middle one, and just replace that. That's a nice, simple way to make sort of a slimmer wheel right here. And yeah, that'll do it for the wheel. I'll just do it really quickly on the other side because it's not too hard. So delete that stair, get a barrier block out with a sign on it. Delete these 3 slabs right here, birch trapdoors on the inner ones, purple stairs, birch trapdoor, and then for the strut, just a stone brick wall, crimson fence, and then an end stone brick wall. You can just roll that over. I still have it saved from over there, and then a regular stone brick wall just right there. And that'll do it for the front landing gear here. And now for the rear landing gear. Now this is a tricycle, or sorry, not a tricycle wheel aircraft. This is a tail dragger, so it's quite short. We're just going to come to this slab right after this stair, delete that, and place a upside down purple stair facing forwards. 2 jungle signs on that stair, plus 1 on the slab behind it. And now we're going to have to do a invisible armor stand. So the way that we're going to do that is just come right below this stair and just face down at the ground right here. And we're going to want to come about 4 pixels back, just about right there. Oh, I moved my mouse. Right there on the block that the slab is. Or sorry, I think it's actually not 4. It should be... let's try 2. Yeah, we'll do 2 pixels back, just like that. and we're going to do /summon armor stand, and then fill in the exact coordinates where you are. And then to make it invisible, we're just going to do a bracket, or sorry, not a bracket, like a, that's not a bracket, what is that called? I don't know, the fancy bracket. Invisible, just like so, and then :1, and then close fancy bracket, should turn green. Just hit accept. And now we're just going to take a wheel player head. I'm not sure of the ID for this one, but if you don't have like a wheel head, what you can do /HDB search wheel if you have the head database plugin. Somehow this one isn't in here, but I've used this one before. ID 16836. Now if you do have this wheel, just tap right there, and boom, there you go. Nice little simple tail wheel right there, and that will do it for the P-47 D25. Congratulations on completing this Aeroteam tutorial. Thanks for choosing an Aeroteam video. I really hope you enjoyed it. You're free to use this aircraft in any public project as long as you give the Aeroteam proper credit. That's as simple as just placing a sign in front of or on the build that just says that we designed and built it. If you did build this tutorial, let us know by tagging us on our Twitter at AeroteamMC, or share it with us in our Discord, which is linked in the description. If you did enjoy this video, as I said before, please consider subscribing. It really does help us out. We do all sorts of Minecraft tutorials, showcases, pretty much anything you can think of, and you can be the first to see them when they come out. Again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm X13, and thanks for watching.